in today's episode, we're staying at the maddest camping spot I've ever been to. Rifugio Auronzo is situated 7,600 feet above sea level. It is the gateway to some of the most famous hikes in the Dolomites, including Tre Cime di Lavaredo and Cadini di Misurina. Good morning guys from Rifugio Auronzo car park. We got here at 11 last night to make sure we woke up to this view. Unreal this.
Exciting. I mean, this view. What a way to start. We couldn't really see it last night when we came up. We're starting the first hike, which is normally like 3.5 to 4 hours long if you do like the loop. But I think we're going to walk an hour into it and then turn back because I think you get to see the best views in that first hour, and then we're going to walk back to the van and do another hike from up here. Cadini di Misurina hike. It's got like a really good viewpoint over all those rocks over there. So I'm going to try and fit 2 in this morning.
I mean, I'm not at all religious, but I could be persuaded to go to church if it was here. For this hike, you do want to follow the 101 trail with the names listed on that sign. So 1.8 kilometers in, you'll come across this Rifugio. So there's a waypoint. You're going the right way if you've come across it. Get a good view to what you think is the mountains are supposed to be looking for. There's lots of sand at the bottom of pretty much every single mountain, obviously where the corrosion's happened over time. And from a distance, it can look like snow. Okay, so we're not far off. About 5-10 minutes. One thing I've noticed, because you start higher up. I know it's 2,000 something meters. It's not like mega high, but it is harder to breathe. Especially because it's quite steep and there's no trees, so I'd 100% recommend doing this early morning when the sun's on the favourable side. Yeah, near midday, it's going to be scorching doing this. 1 block of snow or ice. Bloody hell, look at that reveal. This is unreal. It's literally standalone. You can't tell from the other side, but then it just appears. Really notice on the rock over there, it's got like a pink tinge to it as well. Almost looks like Mars, or what I'd expect Mars to look like. I just spoke to a guy from Chicago, and he also said the hike that we're going to do next over there is the reason it came to the Dolomites, and it's about an hour and a half return trip, so not bad at all. If you came up the way we did, you can take another way back, which is just down the side of it. You can also come up this way if you prefer, but it just looked more difficult on the way up. Like we touched on before, you can actually do a loop of this hike, so it takes about 4 to 5 hours, which is quite a long time. But if you just want to come and see the iconic view, get a good vantage point over this mountain range, then this one's very suitable, and that frees up some time to go and do some more. Yeah, so this viewpoint is called the Rifugio di Lavaredo. So if you pop that in Google Maps or all trails, which we've been using, but Google Maps works fine here, that'll take you directly there. I think from the Refuge whatever it's called, down at the bottom, it's about 40 minutes. And you know what's great about hiking? Every single person you pass, you say hello to, no matter what. But you wouldn't do it walking down the street, would you? Like, imagine just walking down the street at home and just saying hello to everybody you pass. It's so weird how we do it on a hike, but it's nice. It's how it should be, innit? And now we begin the other hike. So you want to come to this sign and follow 117. Put it in your maps though. And it should take about an hour and a half. Timing wise, currently for us it's 8:15 in the morning, and we've done that hike before. I advise you to do that. We just quickly nipped into that refuge to try and find a toilet, and it was rammed. People are all there getting ready to go out, so I think if you try to get up get up around 6 and start the first hike, that'll give you a better chance just to have stuff to yourself. There's a campsite over there where we stayed last night. Well, not campsite, parking. It's literally right on the cliff edge. Yeah, it's got some steep inclines, this hike, even though it's short. It makes it harder because, a lot of this around here has been dead loose gravel, so you slide everywhere, especially on the way down. There is a queue right in the centre there. The viewpoint's just at the edge, and you can get an amazing photo to that. So yeah, we've got to go down on queuing it. There's not many people, but yeah, something you got to do. I'm not actually scared of outside out, but this is really steep. Oh my god. Oh my days, this view. That's mad. Wow. Honestly, that was probably one of the best things I've ever done scenery-wise. It looked insane. But there was a slight negative, and that is the fact that you have got about 20-30 people waiting behind you. There's a little bit of pressure of getting up and getting back so the others can also have a look at it. Like 5-10 minutes some people are spending, people get aggy and start shouting, so you're on edge a little bit when you're at the edge, quite literally. So that's the only negative. Like you'd like to enjoy yourself there a little bit, but you do have to be conscious that there is other people waiting as well. So try and get there maybe a bit earlier than we did to enjoy it. Maybe start like dead early in the morning for sunrise. There might be a few people, but you'll feel less pressure. So we picked up a bit later in the day from this morning. We were so tired before, so we literally found somewhere to just chill. We went and had a coffee and an ice cream and stuff. But now we are at Lago di Braies, which is one of the famous lakes in the Dolomites. We've just turned up now, it's 5 p.m. Thought I'd wait until this time because it was honestly so hot before. It's still really busy. I'm expecting it to still be quite rammed. You've got a choice here. You can hike around it for about an hour and a half. Most of it's flat apparently, and then there's some quite high bits. We don't know what we're going to do yet. We're going to scout it out, but we're at least going to walk somewhat around the lake to make sure we have a good look. So you've got 4 choices as well of where to park for this lake. You've got P1, which is quite far away.
You have to get a shuttle.
You've got to get a shuttle there. P2, which is around 20-minute walk away. P3, which is where we've parked, and that's literally 5 minutes, if that. And then there's P4, which is a bit ridiculous to be honest. I wouldn't waste your time paying for P4 because it's literally next to P3 and maybe 30 seconds shorter. You do have to pay. We paid €15 for P3, and that's after 5 o'clock. I don't know what it's like in the morning.
When I was doing like the research for this trip, there was a lot of people saying that the prices can change quite drastically depending on like when you come in the season and stuff. And I think in July and August, you have to reserve parking as well, like before you come. So just bear that in mind.
Full circuit's 3.6 kilometres, takes about 1.5 hours. I don't know if you can swim in it. Obviously you can boat. I don't imagine you'll be able to swim if they're doing boating on it, but oh, there's a guy stood in it there to be fair, so maybe. For a private boat, €50. That's quite a lot. Or you can get a shared boat. Yeah, €50, that's a bit steep that. They just know people will come and do it. It's even a place for sunbathing and swimming on this side. If you live in mountains, this is basically your beach, isn't it? But what a place to swim. Don't have to worry about sharks or all that. Be rude not to go in, wouldn't it? It's actually quite cold, you know. But once you get used to it, it's sound. So we've just been reading about the lake, and if you believe in legends and myths and mythology and whatever, apparently if you visit this lake on a full moon, the mountains open up and a boat appears carrying a princess. I don't necessarily believe it, but it's interesting to know. It's almost like the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland, isn't it? It's like obviously not real, but it's still pretty cool that it's known for something. Might visit tonight, you never know. There's loads of nice churches in Italy, I've noticed.
Stunning ones.
Really stunning ones, yeah.
I saw one this morning or this afternoon that was blue. It was so stunning. We'll put a picture in because it was really nice.
Yeah, they proper make the effort with it. One thing we're just seeing is round by this church is you can't have a picnic. You've got to do.
I think it's a restaurant, so
Yeah.
you obviously can't sit at the table
No.
and have your own food.
And we read before we came, we read a blog, and it said the food's mega expensive here. Yeah, so they don't let you bring your own in either. That's a bit annoying.
€2 for an espresso. Is it awful?
Espresso.
Jake says
Yeah.
I say espresso wrong.
Well, you do. You say espresso. No, the coffee's reasonable, but apparently the food's like pricey. So here's the church. See what I mean? Look at it. Tiny little thing.
I know.
But you paid so much attention to detail on this. Just spotted whilst sitting at this side. You can see the path. When it said it's like a nice thing, a nice walk, and then goes through a bit of an incline. I don't know if you can see it. It's just there. It goes up, and then it must come down in them trees somewhere. So it's not too steep, but yeah, if you are coming with like a child and who's in a buggy, or you've got someone or yourself who's in a wheelchair, then it might be a bit difficult for you. but you can do half and half, so you can go like to that point and then come where we've just come, which is the opposite side where the church is. So it's still quite accessible, which is good.
Morning guys. Sorry we didn't carry on the vlog last night. We had a bit of a mare with the campsite, didn't we?
Yeah, as Lily mentioned before, the campsite kind of did us over a little bit. It was really annoying. So when we arrived, they said you can't have electric because you're leaving before 8 o'clock in the morning.
And that's the time that the reception opened for them to be able to process your payment, like your checking out bill basically.
I just don't think it's fair, really. I mean, you come on these trips, you don't want to be restricted. That's the whole point in a camper van and camping, isn't it? The majority of people will leave before 8 o'clock because you need to go and get hikes done like this. So the fact that we paid 30 odd euros to then have no electricity was baffling, and it has left us in a bit of a situation today with things not being fully charged, but it's one of them. We'll sort that tonight, but I'd recommend the campsite if you weren't rushing or you didn't really want the flexibility, but I couldn't recommend it upon the fact that you're almost time constrained to when they want to work. It's just, I don't know, it shouldn't be like that. You're on holiday, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. I just don't like the idea of having to wait for them to start work before you can leave. It's just silly. I mean, 8 o'clock's it's not too early, that really. It's getting on towards late morning.
Time, that's quite late.
It is, because things by that point are getting busy. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend staying. I'd probably go somewhere else, unless you weren't in a rush.